Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is a hot one in New York this week. It's definitely hot, so take care of yourselves out there, and we'll get through it. Danny keeps sending me pictures with this of me and him with that old guy face app thing that's going around, and funny thing is that we don't look any different. I just slapped a white beard on me, and that's about it. It's too funny. Anyways, this episode of The Tiger Pit is brought to you by Unplugged Essentials. So we've been telling you about Unplugged Essentials for a bit now. So what they did was take the zero-gravity environment simulated by the Epsom salt bath and reinforced its relaxation properties by adding a new ingredient to their very own mineral salt recipes. And from there, Unplugged Essentials Hemp Soaks was born. 3 unique blends of mineral salts, hemp-derived cannabinoids, along with carefully selected essential oils for the added effect on demand. They make no compromise in quality whatsoever and ensure each batch is lab-tested and 100% THC-free. You can find them on Instagram and Facebook at Unplugged Essentials, or go to unpluggedfloatessentials.com and get yours today. And if you use the promo code TheTigerPit, you'll get an additional 10% off your order. It's definitely worth checking out. I can say I love this stuff. We are also brought to you by Knock My Legends. Knock My Legends celebrates the heroes, legends, and icons of Muay Thai and kickboxing. They have a great selection of t-shirts, tank tops, and hats, all highlighting the greats of the sport from the past up until today. Great gear for training, and if you're just a fan of Muay Thai and want to rep the culture, they recently came out with the Muay Femur and Muay Cow shirts, which I hope I'm saying that right. But the designs are really, really cool. It's definitely worth checking out and scoop one up if you can. They're moving fast. You can go to knockmylegends.com. That's NAKMUAY legends.com online, or you can go to Knock My Legends on Facebook and Instagram and check out their products. And when your cart is full, be sure to enter the promo code TheTigerPit at checkout for an additional 10% off your purchase. Again, that's knockmylegends.com and Knock My Legends on Facebook and Instagram. We are also brought to you by Athlon Rub. Athlon Rub is designed to enhance your warm-up, performance, and recovery from the outside in. Additionally, many of their ingredients have antimicrobial, antibacterial, and antifungal properties to help protect your skin from infections that plague athletes and can hang around training environments. Its roots are based in Thai oil, which has been used for generations by Muay Thai fighters. Thai oil is used to warm up the body and get muscles and joints prepared for extreme physical activity, which in turn aids in enhancing athletic performance and injury prevention. It also helps with soreness and in the recovery process. It's also tested to ensure it's free of banned substances, performance-enhancing drugs, and cross-contamination. You can go to athlonrub.com and take a look at all the products they have available, read testimonies from users, and see what everybody's saying about it. And when you get some things in your cart, get an additional 10% off when you use the promo code TheTigerPit. That's athlonrub.com. Check them out. Hey everybody, it's rum time. If you are a rum drinker and haven't tried Diplomatico or don't have a bottle in your house or for your own personal bar, you got to get on that. Diplomatico is distributed in over 80 countries around the world. It holds the Ron de Venezuela DOC and is recognized as one of the world's finest rums. They have 3 different ranges for your tastes: traditional, prestige, and the distillery collection. And you can find them online at rondiplomatico.com. That's rondiplomatico.com to learn more about who they are and find out some of the history behind one of the world's best rums. And again, this is for our New York people. If you are in New York City, you can check out some of these sponsors in person. We are brought to you by the Stepping Razor Barbershop at 952 Flushing Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. The Stepping Razor is a classic-style American barbershop specializing in American classic traditional haircuts, styles, and shaves. They do that very well, but they do much more. So when you need to clean up that cabeza of yours for your next round of selfies, or if you're going to that event and you want to look sharp, go to thesteppingrazor.com. thesteppingrazor.com to book your appointment and get yourself looking good and feeling good. That's thesteppingrazor.com online, or you can check them out on Instagram and Facebook at Stepping Razor Barbershop. Just take the off of it. So Instagram and Facebook, Stepping Razor Barbershop, and online it's thesteppingrazor.com. And lastly, we are brought to you by the Dojo NYC at 1082 Cypress Avenue in Ridgewood. The dojo is a fully equipped martial arts training center specializing in Cobrinha Jiu-Jitsu, traditional Muay Thai, and MMA. I was there this morning for class, going over some fundamental combos, ending with the elbows. Got a hell of a workout in this heat. So if you want a good workout or you are training to compete at a high level, check them out at thedojonyc.com online. Take a look at their classes, the instructors and programs, and sign up for a free child class while you're there. What do you got to lose? Nothing. So do it. Try it. It's worth it. That's thedojonyc.com online and the Dojo NYC on Instagram and Facebook. All right. We made it through the advertising. Our guest on this episode is a singer and musician who I've had the pleasure of working with in the past on a few things. She recalls singers that straddled soul and rock during the early 70s, such as Ruth Copeland and Chaka Khan. She toured with legendary Motown funk brother Dennis Coffey and released a series of singles, one of which was Concrete Waves, which got a remix by DJ Premier. She's released a few full lengths, one of which was Banshee, and the title track was used in Showtime's Ray Donovan. Wow, we know somebody on that show. Shout out to Pooch Hall. What's up, brother? She also worked on a side project band with friends Scarlett Johansson, Juliana Haltigan, and Holly Miranda. She has a new single dropping this Friday, July 19th, which is a pretty wild version of Huey Lewis and the News. Is that how you say it? Huey Lewis and the News? Huey Lewis in Las Noticias. I Want a New Drug, featuring God Forbid. She's got a full plate for the rest of 2019, doing a string of small tours with more music on the way and animating and directing a handful of visual projects for both herself and others. You can find her on Instagram and Twitter at Kendra Morris and on Facebook at Kendra Morris Music. So without further ado, would you please welcome to the Tiger Pit, Kendra Morris.
On the next episode of Adventures in Edibles.
It's a Cavarian and a Polish guy.
Okay, we'll start the podcast right here. It's 9 o'clock. It's dark enough. I'm putting on my ninja suit.
That's the part, right? You gotta get into your head.
Now you're struggling with your words.
Check the Yelp reviews. I'm sure they have like 4. It's amazing.
I was trying to get that out, and I had a hard time struggling in my head.
They just see something they don't recognize, they check out immediately.
I had a point.
Coming to the stage.
I've heard this many times from different sources.
You didn't even know me when I was hanging out there.
That sounds like such a burnout thing to do.
Tiger Pit.
Yeah. Oh, are we running? Are we on?
Oh, yeah, we're on.
Oh, cool.
I started rolling.
Hi.
That's how we do it. We just kick it on and just hope for the best.
Man, I was about to rip a big fart.
Well, that would be something.
Jeez.
The new single from Kendra Morris.
Who is this girl?
Man, those pipes.
She can sing and she can...
Where were you coming from just now? It was so funny just seeing you in the crosswalk.
Oh,
I didn't introduce myself outside, but I was like,
oh yeah, it's
like wrestling shit out of my car.
It's weird.
I'm like, hi.
It's funny because like I wear glasses now all the time and I still can't see. And I was like, I think that's Billy. And then I was coming from the train.
Well, I'm blind as a bat, so I can sympathize.
That's why I'm wearing a white shirt. I was like, everybody's
So I
blind
can spot
today
you.
except for me.
So I can spot
Still
you.
wear a white shirt.
And here,
Oh, he's not hard to spot. I'd see Bill come from my way.
You can see me from outer space. So you just dropped, or not, Summertime was the last one.
That,
you didn't just
yeah, I haven't dropped anything. I dropped Summertime in June when it was summertime. Yeah, I should re-drop it in Australia.
There you go.
Here I go. Watch out.
Nice.
Watch out, labels.
Nice.
It's a new marketer in town. Dropped the Summertime songs on the other coast. Yeah, I dropped that in June, and then I've just been writing a ton and recording. I actually have been learning Ableton. That's been, oh
Ableton.
man. Yeah, I've just
It's
been
a
like,
slippery slope.
right? Jeez, I killed like 5 hours in my house today. Which one? This one? That
Well, Ableton could also kill 5 members of your band. Just take the computer up and go. That's what I don't like seeing about Ableton. I love Ableton, but I'm also like, oh.
Someone else. Yeah, I noticed there was this influx of, like, you see these, like, waves of just, like, everybody suddenly doing the same thing. And there was a while of girls in, like, big T-shirts using their programs. Always, like, some girl walking around the stage in a big T-shirt. Some buttons. And, like, I love the idea of being able to do so much yourself. But what bugs me is when somebody starts something and does it awesome. Like Grimes, I think she's super talented, does, like, her own visual art. Like, it's kind of started this wave, but then you see other people being like, I'm not going to come up with my own way of doing things. I'm going to just do what's seeming to work for this person and see if I can, like, and that's what kind of bugs me, because I'll just be like, someone will be at a show and they'll be like, here's this artist. I'm like, wait, didn't I just see that artist? No, wait, that was the other same artist.
Are you saying you were trying to do stuff that on stage you'd just be like cueing yourself and doing all that?
No, I love that. Like, actually, a good friend of mine, she's like an amazing writer, and actually she was giving me some lessons the other day. No, I mean, I mostly wanted to, I mean, my timing's not good enough. I just wanted to learn for songwriting reasons, just to be able to, I just want to be able to get certain melodies out of my head and certain, like,
yeah, just for yourself, doing it at home, like some writing stuff.
Yeah, and then send it to another producer. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I put it out, like, I don't know, like, take it to, you know. But just, like, I feel like as a musician, you know, and the more of any language you know.
Exercising your brain, basically.
Yeah.
Your musical brain, right?
So then you can go into a studio and be like, I hear this kind of drum beat, you know, instead of being like, I want something that, like, I heard this, but I didn't, you know, like.
It helps to brush up on the language.
Yeah. And I have to, like, say I'm not trying to dog, like, girls in T-shirts or boys in T-shirts or anybody in T-shirts that are, like, hitting samples all the time. I mean, you might see me do that one day. But, I mean, it's just the example of, like, people that see something and then everybody's doing it, and it's the nature of the beast of social media and people spending less time in their brains and on their phones, I think, because that's the same people. Like, some of those, there's like I said, there's some people that are just incredible at what they do and that's their thing, but then some of those same people, when there's, like, another trend that comes up, they'll be the first to hop that boat, be like, I didn't get my moment with this, so I'm going to go and do this now.
I have a lot of trouble finding anything current. I don't even want, like, blown away. Like, I just want, like, this piques my interest.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Like, the only person, to me, Sia can do no wrong.
She's a great songwriter,
you know?
too.
Yeah,
like,
her songwriting is great. She can take a really simple premise and just...
Who's Sia?
Oh, damn it. Howard.
She started on, like, 07. She was, like, one of the singers with 07 originally. She's from Australia. But then she kind of disappeared for a minute. She had a song, like, with 6 Feet Under the show. It was, like, it kind of brought her out. And then she kind of disappeared for a minute.
What's
and
her music like? Just like pop stuff?
You would know
stuff.
her songs. Like,
she wrote Diamonds from Rihanna.
She writes for everyone now.
Chandelier.
Oh, all right. Okay.
She wears this big wig with a big bow on the top of it, and it's like half of it's white, half of it's black, and you never see her face.
Yeah, she's definitely known for her own stuff now, too, but it's just interesting because nobody really sees, she really doesn't like her face in the spotlight. She keeps everything out because she just wants it to be about the music.
She's bad.
If you go and look, you'll know, like,
I'm gonna look it up.
A ton of the music. You'll be like, I know this song.
I'm definitely looking it up.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know.
Isha laughs at me. She's like, I can't believe you love Sia, like you of all people.
But you've always liked, like, real pop stuff.
There's some
You've
stuff
always liked a lot about it.
Stuff. Yeah.
I know it is funny. Everybody thinks of you as, like, only reggae, which I understand. You know, you're a reggae drummer, and then you do the producing stuff too. So there's a lot of reggae involved in that.
Yeah, there's, bread and butter. But that's not.
Yeah, I know you really well, and I know a lot of things you like. And it's like, whoa, man, it's crazy. I've been away with you for days at a time, and I didn't hear a reggae song for days.
Yeah, if we all listen to, like, the same one thing, nothing would ever.
Yeah. I can't be one thing. I don't even understand how people can do that. Just be one thing. I'm like always like, whoa, that's weird, man. They think we're weird for liking too many things.
Yeah.
But I think that's really weird when you can be super hyper focused on one thing. It's like, whoa.
That was the initial motivation of getting you on those reggae songs, all that stuff that we did. I was like, she's not a reggae singer. Let's bring that to this.
Yeah, that was a good move.
You know what
I
I'm
love that
saying?
stuff.
I love that.
We cut that version of Riding for a Fall.
Yeah.
And I remember
So good.
cutting that track and was like, she's bringing like kind of like a Nashville thing to this almost. And you flipped it so hard.
Were you conscious of that or no? That just
Like
happened.
the way that I flipped it? No, I mean, I think it just kind of, like, I try to just put myself into whatever I think it's important as an artist to bring yourself into whatever you do, not ever
Sure.
try to like fit. If somebody brings you a song that's different, bring yourself into it. Don't go and try to be what's different about the song, because that's not what doing a cover is about. It's about flipping it and making it something new. It's like shopping for a good fur coat at a thrift store.
Exactly. I'm going to own this shit.
I love doing those songs.
Yeah.
Those were all fun putting those together, too. It was really great.
He played guitar. and all that.
Yeah, that was fun
Okay.
stuff. When I heard that, I was like, this sounds great.
One of my favorite things as a vocalist about recording at your spaces was you got the best microphone sounds. Like those
man.
cans. Man, I was like,
He does. He
wow,
does. He really does.
I sound okay. Like just that delay. It was good.
Oh yeah, he really does.
Good feeling.
I've been recording with Bill for about 20 years now, and every time I'd leave, sometimes I'd be like, oh man. I mean, I had many great nights where I left totally elated, but there were definitely times I've left and I'm like, oh man, I don't know. They was partying too much, and he's like, yeah, shut up. And then like I don't hear from him for like a few days, and all of a sudden I'll get like something sent in my inbox, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, what the? Who was that? Who was that guy? When did this happen? You know what I mean? But you always like, you know how to, he knows how to really like pull the best out of that and be like, this is what it is.
When you're cutting vocals in the studio, I always tried to get people to feel like you're in your rehearsal space and you're laying down your first demo. Like that's the place I always try and get people to. When you feel like you're just singing out in the room, that's when you're doing dishes and singing.
Yeah.
Or you're like walking around your house like,
Yeah,
you
the
know,
best
like,
singing
that's
is when
you.
you're not thinking about
Yeah,
it.
you're just doing it, you know?
Yeah.
But enough about me, man. I don't. You're the best, man. All right, that was too much. All right, that shit is definitely getting edited.
Yeah, those edibles kicked in on me about 10 minutes ago.
Do you guys get to edit through?
But it's not much edits.
Yeah, because I don't want the girls in t-shirts to think I'm being mean. I'm always like, am I being too mean to myself?
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Come on,
You're fine.
A bunch of people with tattoos talking shit.
Yeah, you're fine. I know. I see you got a bunch.
Yeah, my husband's a tattooer.
That's cool. Where does he work?
He's at East River and at 5 Points. 5 Points is with like Chris Garver.
Oh, yeah. I got tattooed there
Nice.
a year and a half ago by a
Yeah.
friend of mine. Cool.
This is great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, he
check it
does a
out.
lot of like American traditional, and then also he does line work. But I really like the like traditional stuff and the popping colors and like the
I like it as well.
Pan up.
I like a lot of things with tattooing. That's my problem.
yeah.
I have like conflicting. I'm like all over the place.
What was your first tattoo?
Oh, you don't ask those questions.
I have a,
Oh, don't ask
it's
me those
fine.
questions.
It's a really shitty. It's a blue cat. I got it on my spring break of my first. I had just turned 18. And I went with my like best friends to Miami, and we're like, let's get tattoos. We found like a little like tattoo shop on the like strip on like South Beach, and we go and we're like, we want to get tattoos of this picture of a cat we found on a t-shirt. And I was like, why is he so cranky? Why is he so cranky? We're like here to get tattooed. We're in Miami on spring break.
You've obviously gotten that covered. Did you get it
No,
covered?
it's still
You
there.
have it?
I'm still friends.
Don't cover it.
I swore to my
Don't
friends.
cover it. Don't cover it.
They've been baked. Like at one point, I almost had gotten it covered at one point, and like my best friends were like, "You can
No, you
never
can't.
cover it, or we're not your friends."
No, you can't. You can't. My stupid one, I covered it like 3 times, and that thing keeps living. Everything else is broken off of it throughout time. I haven't touched it in about 20 years, but it keeps like, now it's there, and I see it, I'm like, oh my God, I fucking see you, you motherfucker.
Well,
it's like risen from the ashes. It's risen from the grave. It's the zombie tattoo. This thing has come to life again. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm like, I don't know. Do I like put a picture frame around it now? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I gotta do.
well.
Like, put a picture frame. I will dare tell you what it is, too. It's so fucking stupid. I was 17 years old, and I walked into a tattoo shop in Providence, and I was like, I had $40 in my pocket. I just wanted to know what it felt like, and all I could afford was a...
Yeah, you gotta insert
It
some
was
cool
a
sounds in here.
silhouette of a fucking mouse. And I was like,
Oh, shit.
I was like, yep, I'll take it. Sure, no problem. I wanted the skull, but the guy wouldn't do it. And it was like $25 more, but that fucking asshole wouldn't do it. I was like, all right, I'll fucking take that. Because I knew soon I'll just cover it anyway. That's what I thought. I was like, in about 6 months or so, I'm going to cover that shit.
You know what? These like old tattoos, you're gonna see. It's gonna be the bumblebee of the generation. Apparently, bumblebees
Yeah.
are really big last year. While mouse silhouettes are 2019.
They're so hot right now.
Man.
I'm telling you, I'm going to put a fucking picture frame around it at this point now.
I was 16, and there was this guy, Catfish Carl. This was
Catfish
like,
Carl.
This is like 91. My sister was like, "You want to get a tattoo? You want a souvenir from California?" I was like, "Yeah, let me go down."
The souvenir.
So, I got like
A souvenir is a tattoo.
the 70s like Cobra sticker that you put on your Schwinn or you put on your, but like I got that. But it worked out pretty good because this guy had such a light hand, and after fucking 20 years, I was like, Dad, just go over that.
I remember that tattoo.
Oh man. You know something really like I just noticed. You talked about Catfish Carl, and I just wanted to bring up that if you guys notice that all Carls have a name before their name. I knew a hot
I
Carl.
only knew one Carl in my life, and his name was Leprechaun Carl.
See, wait, all Carls have something to their name. I have a friend named the Hot Carl. And
What was it?
his name's Hot Carl.
Oh, Hot Carl.
But it's because he was actually my first. I was in this girl band named Pinktricity before I moved here.
Nice. I want to know more about
Oh
Pinktricity.
man, yeah, we were so bad. But it like got me playing. But anyways, like we were so bad, but so excited to like we were in Florida. And we were really bad, but we were like so like on fire for
Nice.
just like we were so nice. And
That's all
so
that
we like
matters.
had a lot of hometown success because we were just like, yeah, Pinktricity. Somehow there was this venue called Janice Landing, cool spot. Somehow we ended up getting to play the outside of the show, like it was a Blondie show, and I didn't get to like play on the same stage as Blondie, but I was in like the sidebar, so I got to be like, I'm kind of playing with. So we played, and like we had no clue about like we were hardly able to play our instruments, and this sound guy walks in with his like cheeseburger. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" We're like, "We need help. We can't get this." Nothing to work, and like we were doing all this stuff, and he's like, "I'm Hot Carl," and we're like,
That's
"Okay."
how he introduced
and
himself?
he introduced, and then
man.
he pulls out. He goes, "I'm Hot Carl. Want to see why?" He pulls out from his back pocket a list of all of the poop things, and like from there on, it was fate. He went on tours with us. Like I'm still good friends with him. I run into him at the bars all the time back home. He wound up doing lights for Bruce Springsteen. Like through that, like we took him on we all like booked a tour, and he came out on the road for free with us. Was like, I'm just ready for an adventure.
He just
So,
wanted
like,
to go out and sail on the ship.
yeah. And then from there
cool.
on, he wound up getting all these huge gigs. Like he's been out with like you name it. And now he's like in St. Pete doing like sound and lights locally at like a bunch of cool venues. But Hot Carl, and he always says, he's like, I work in music because of Pinktricity. And we're like, shittiest band ever.
When was that?
Jeez, it's going to date me because I'm only 22. Oh, yeah. Oh, it was 2001, I want to say. 2002. It was right before I moved to New York with them. It was maybe 2002.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
like we were doing it there. And then I was like, there has to be more than
Yeah,
Florida.
that's right. Yeah, 100%, man.
So we like saved up our, in Florida back then, I was paying $200 a month in rent. Like you can save money.
Do you go back there at all?
Yeah, I'm going back for 3 weeks this winter.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
right
like
on.
my husband can tattoo down there.
Okay.
He works at one of the shops, and then like I'm gonna do
Is
shows.
he from there as well?
No, but he loves it down. Like there's an awesome like tattoo shop down there called Classic Tattoo. So he works out of there, and then I'll do like music stuff while I'm down there. Like I'm gonna actually play a show and open for Adrian Young.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've been practicing for that a lot too.
Awesome.
Don't want to let Adrian down. Like that, I cannot bring a Pinktricity set to an Adrian Young show. So yeah, so we kind of like our whole idea.
So you
always
do get down there and stuff, and
yeah, I go down pretty frequent, and I have a 3-year-old, and she's got like cousins down there, and she's like,
Oh, so she's loving it.
yeah, she's just barefoot the whole time, and
family's there,
like,
man. That's
what
awesome.
else do you do in such an awesome place?
it's the best when they want to be with their own fam.
Yeah,
and,
I'm like,
you
what do I
know.
do with myself?
Yeah.
Like, call up my girlfriends with the cat tattoos. Hey, gals, what are you
Hey,
doing?
town.
Cheers. Cheers to 2001.
Yeah.
And I think I wound up here in 2004.
Okay.
Yeah, New York was a whole different place back then.
No doubt. Oh my God, night and day.
Yeah, I moved here. I remember I moved here with the band. We did like our one tour with Carl, and then we're like, let's go to New York. Let's just move to New York because it's not going to happen here. I mean, to be honest, and I think in the back of my head, I was so scared, and I knew I wanted to be a performer and a musician, but I needed a catalyst, and I think I knew that the band like was my like stepping stone. I loved the band, but I mean, I knew we had some good songs, but we were so bad. Like,
You're really adamant about saying this band was bad.
maybe it was just me that was bad. Like, because they were like the band that I started.
else.
Man.
I think you were just ready to do something else.
Yeah. So we
Is
came
it like
up here.
bad or
It wasn't
like
so bad. My guitar playing was bad. I'm just, I have an ego. I have to. No, I'm just kidding. No, okay. I was really bad. My guitar playing was really shitty. Like, I knew like 3 chords, and then I would,
3 chords can get you a long way though if you know how to play them right. You know.
We were not that. I don't know. Maybe if you, to the listeners out there, if
Tell
you
them
want to
what to
do
feel.
some Googling of Pinktricity, and then send me a message and tell me if I should get the band back together. But yeah, I wound up here. It was actually I remember it was right during the presidential election.
Ooh.
So that's what I remember. And then we had like a little apartment in Williamsburg.
Where did you live in Williamsburg?
I lived on Meeker and Russell. So I was right under the BQE. I
Yep.
could see the cars go by. I was kind of near like walkable.
Kind of the McDonald's there.
Yeah, a little bit more west.
Mm-hmm.
But I was right there for like a year. Then the band broke up, and we broke. And they broke up. It ended really bad. Everybody just went separate ways, and I moved to Bushwick. And then I
Are
was.
you the only one that stayed?
Yeah, I still talk to them. Like, I feel like that. That makes me feel good that I keep in touch with all these people, and like I may have done some asshole things, but I'm a good person. Like, I keep my relationship. Yeah, one is in Seattle, and she's in law, the bass player, and then the drummer was in LA for a long time, and now she's in Arizona. I keep up with them, but I'm the only one that really continued to do music, and it's weird how like you don't when you're like inundated with like seeing like the same person on your online or whatever. But then there's like friends that like maybe, and then you're like, I haven't thought of this person. How are they?
I know. I'm surprised we haven't met before now.
know.
Like all.
And it's been years that I've worked on stuff that you've voiced on that I'd never met you to
Yeah.
in person. I've known about you. I've known your name and followed your stuff and all that stuff, but I've never gotten to meet you in person. It's cool. It's a pleasure.
I pop up and then I pop down. And I pop up and
That's a good way to be, right? That's how I see myself. I'm kind of like a moon that just orbits. Nobody knows what the fuck I'm doing. And then like you just like get sucked into Earth's gravity and you're like, okay, you're here. I'm just put out some dubs. All right, peace, y'all.
Yeah, that's
and
what
then
I'm
you
like.
just go back to orbiting, you know what I'm saying?
I live up in like North Greenpoint, and like I have a 3-year-old, and I'm like, I look like such a piece of shit walking around up there, like during the day. Like I'm just like, because I'll like work on stuff all day, like music, art stuff. Like I don't ever stop.
How do you
and then-
balance with your 3-year-old? Because I got 2 kids. I got a 5-year-old and a 9-year-old.
She's in day school, so like I just.
But
work.
even then, how do you balance
I
it?
do
Like,
it-
I would love to know, like, Because I try to balance music and
I'm a crazy.
and work.
I mean, I'm
do
crazy.
this stuff too,
Like I said, like I look like a piece of shit. Like around my neighborhood, I don't like. This is if I'm going out, I do my hair and my makeup. But otherwise, I'll wear like the same like dumpy coat. And, like I wear like a hat, and I just like no makeup. And I'll just mom it out because, like, it's really important. Like, if you're raising, like, a human for the next generation, you got to be really good at that.
Well, that's the
too.
ultimate, being a mom. That's the ultimate.
Yeah, so, like, if I'm, like, doing, like, my weekends, my friends don't call me to go hang out unless they're going to come on, like, the boat with me and Opal and, like, go do cool stuff with her. Otherwise, my weekends are, I try not to look at my phone. I don't do any music stuff. And then, like, she's in school during the days. So I'll, like, she's my
3?
alarm. She's 3, and I got her into a really great program. Like, I was really like, the system is not made for creative people and being parents.
I know. I struggle with it on a day-to-day.
It's horrible. It's, like, so screwed up. I was talking to a musician friend. Like, it's... With creative people, our schedules are different than, like, 9-to-5 parents. Like, your work is, all the
all
time.
day, yeah, exactly.
It's at nighttime.
That's why I was asking you, how do you
like,
balance this? Because I'm the same. I'm like trying to figure out, like, how can I do this? And it's been a struggle for the last 9 since my son was born.
I mean, for me,
it's been a struggle with me creative.
Like, everything kind of comes because I felt so grateful to have found this school that saved my ass of, like, being creative and like being like I want to like continue to I want both. There's no rules. Like, why is there, because everybody was always like, so are you not going to do music anymore now that you're married and you have a kid? I was like, are you kidding?
I know. It's funny how people say that, right?
Like, really?
I heard that a
like,
couple times
no,
too. I was like,
But like what I do, like I use her as my alarm clock.
Yeah.
Taking her to school, like 7. I'm up at 7 a.m.
Be awake.
Take her.
Take care of this human.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, I'm up the rest of the day. And so then I spend my whole day working on only creative stuff. And like when I first had her, I had like some downtime. Like I bartended for years in the East Village. And when I had her, I had some downtime of not working. But instead, like while she would nap and she was a baby, I started learning like other creative things that could bring in money that weren't just necessarily like vocal things or songwriting. I started learning stop motion.
Oh, cool.
I've always like collaged. Like
your collage stuff is.
Yeah.
Yo, I saw that mini bag of Doritos.
Oh yeah, I'm just like one of those people where I don't like dead time. So like when she was a baby and she'd nap, I learned like
something new,
Adobe Premiere, or I learned like stop motion, and then like through being a musician and knowing so many, I just kind of networked and like that's how I wound up doing the last Starface MF Doom video. Like they brought me on to do a whole I directed and did a whole stop motion music video for that, and that's all from just learning these like side things because like there's no rules to the type of artist you want to be, and the creativity isn't just probably 90% of like creative people you meet aren't just a singer or aren't just a drummer, or they probably are good at a number of things.
No doubt. That's what I have noticed through life. All my creative friends are pretty good at a bunch of fucking shit.
And it's just finding your...
So it keeps you connected to those people, too, because you're like...
Yeah.
We're all, like, plugged into the same, like, electrical socket. You know what I mean? We're like, yo, let's keep this thing buzzing.
I've noticed that anybody who does anything like creative, it doesn't matter what they do, you do it to the best of your ability.
You do it cool, man.
So when you take out the garbage, you're like, yo, I tied the garbage bag. I tied the shit out of that. Now, this is the perfect.
And you know
and it fits in the fucking, like
you just
that
never
kind of
stop.
shit.
And
like,
the thing that I think is like, and this
Everything
is
was
like
style.
for sure, and it goes back to that balancing thing. Like I never don't work on something. The only time I watch TV programs is the 5 minutes before I fall asleep at night. I spend half my day doing music, and then when that's tapped out, I switch to another form of creativity.
I'm
then
guilty. I give myself an hour in the morning when I'm drinking my coffee.
You deserve
That's been my rule this year. Not this year, maybe the last couple of years. But I do it 1 hour in the morning while I'm sitting there eating, and I drink my coffee. Before I do anything, I watch something.
the morning.
Something that somebody's going to talk to me about in regular life. You know what I'm saying? Some point of reference. Like, Walking Dead, I saw that. I watch it. Or something. Something that I could be like, okay, for 1 hour, I did nothing but just sit there. Then after that, I get to work. You know what I mean? Whether it's training or working or running business or whatever.
And I don't know. I think also about because I'm always doing something I love. I don't need a lot of money for other stuff because I don't want to go and I don't feel the need to go and buy something fancy for because I'm just really happy just chipping away at making stuff. It makes me happy and then makes me a better mom. Because when I pick her up from school, then it's her time. Then it's okay, that's when it's all right, this is my
How do you deal with going on tour and stuff?
I don't really tour a ton. I mean, I haven't been on Wax was I was with Wax Poetics, but I never had a booking agency through that. So all my tour stuff was always self-done or through and then I was with a French label. I've been taking guitar lessons because I've always played, but I want to be
better,
a badass guitarist. And so I've been my friend from high school, I went to an arts high school and my buddy was a guitar major and we fell out of touch, but then he was in Nashville touring guitarist and he moved here and he's doing lessons.
Oh, cool.
So we've been working together for 6 months now. And at first we were doing regular lessons. Here's some exercises. And then I did a show and we both realized that the best way for me to learn was to take my songs and my ideas and learn how to play them the right way and make them the best they could be.
Materialize them.
Yeah. So now that I've been doing the lessons for about 6 months, I started writing guitar riffs. I went and played at my daughter's preschool today.
I saw that post. That was awesome. You were I think we won them over.
Everything I wrote on that post was so honest.
Cool,
they were so tough.
Yeah, I bet they were tough.
They were
yo, little kids don't lie, man. They're
and I had tried to. I was at 2 a.m. trying to learn preschool songs, the chords to Ants Go Marching and Rudolph and Wheels on the Bus.
How'd it go?
I felt they weren't that impressed.
No, they probably loved it. They
did. One little boy came up to me after he goes, I'm going to ask my mom for a little guitar. And then I told my friend who's been teaching me guitar, he's you just ruined a life. No, it was so much fun now. And my daughter, she's Mom, awesome. let's do the Grinch song. I was oh, okay, you sing it. I don't know it. She's and then she goes, Mom, I'll just write the notes down.
Is it the new Grinch song?
She wanted the old one.
Oh, the old one. Nice. All right.
She's Mom, just stop. Let me sing the Grinch song.
That's
funny. And then she was holding my chords. And then I was do you guys want to touch the guitar? I was trying to really make it educational. I'm saying no. It's boys kicking my amp. The little boys are kicking my amp. And they're all pulling on the strings. But it was awesome. I'm going to do it again.
That's funny. My daughter's so infatuated with the Grinch. She loves him right now. And I'm you like the dude that's sour. He's anti what everybody's doing. He's kind of a dick. Jesus Christ. We
decided we wanted to, my husband's had a lot of old cars. And right when we had our baby, we were let's get an old car.
Yeah, I mean,
so
come
first
on.
we got
all about.
We're if we start now, we'll just not know any different. And we'll just raise her with an old car.
Just go for it.
So first we went and we were wandering around Florida. We had this infant. I'm Mom, you babysit. We're gonna go cruise. Looking for an El Camino.
Yeah. Because El Camino is so awesome.
But we wound up finding an old Corvair. Rad. It was a station wagon Corvair. I can't remember the year it was because it's a sad story. Something? Yeah, it must have been because there was only 2 years of Corvair.
I would think 64 is probably the one.
We got it. We paid cash and then we wound up having it shipped up here and it needed a lot of work done. And we found this one place in our neighborhood and the guy wound up working on it and scamming us. Big time scamming us. He was just this shady guy. His name was Steve. This was this place. It's not there anymore. This is part of the story. It's it was in Greenpoint. There was one guy that worked there that was so sweet. He's I'm sorry. We found an actual Corvair guy in Long Island who was I'm going to take care of your Corvair. Bring it to... By then, this guy Steve didn't want to release it to us. He's you owe me all this stuff. And we're you just... basically he was breaking things and charging. So we wound up like finally getting it.
That can happen.
Where to put it? It was insane. Like we got it. We took it to Long Island to this guy who loved Corvairs. And this guy, Stevie, we were like, we wash you of your horrible. Come to find out he died.
Oh.
He just like up and died. And it was funny because we'd sit and daydream about like how gross his apartment. I was like, there's definitely, one day we were walking home. I was like, there's definitely like all these open cat food cans everywhere. Oh, so we got the car to, you didn't want to hear about how he died or no, it wasn't that exciting. I think he just died, but his spirit is here right now about to haunt. We heard pots. The night we found out he died, all the pots in our kitchen fell.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But aside from that, so we take it to Long Island, and then the guy was working on it. It had been forever. He had a whole Corvair collection. He's like, I'll trade you guys. Like, I want this for my collection. I'll like not charge you guys for all the actual work.
A car?
He traded us another Corvair. And then the end of the story, this is the really sad part.
Wait, he traded you another car for this car. He was like, yo, I want your car.
And then we were just like, we had a baby at the time, and we were just like, oh, we're already so broke from Steve and yeah, anything. So, end of the story, this guy, we never got any cars, and he still owes us our convertible.
What? Oh.
I gotta message him.
Wait, what?
I know.
You never got the car?
No.
After all that?
Shit.
After all that, we lost
man.
2 cars. We lost our trade car and our like.
The one you were supposed to get.
Yeah, he was a nice. I'm sure if I messaged him,
He still has the car?
Yeah.
Get that car.
Got to get one of the cars from him.
You have the title for that car.
No, I mailed it to him
No.
to not own.
You
I
gave
do.
him
I
the
do
title?
have some titles. I'm very I'm a very organized person. You can tell.
There's a file somewhere in the cabinet that has the title name on it.
Man.
Damn.
Jeremy Page is at Coda across the street. I told him he needs to just come over here.
But we can wrap this up.
Yeah.
I told him we should hang with him.
We can do that after.
We could talk. I feel embarrassed that I just told you guys.
We'll definitely hang after. We can wrap it up. I mean, I think it was great. We'll meet you guys over there for great dinner. You walk out, go across the street to the back. We'll clean up. We'll find you over there for a pint. It was a pleasure having you. It was awesome.
Once again, we want to say thank you to Kendra Morris for joining us on the Tiger Pit podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Tiger Pit Podcast. Take it easy, everybody.